Leo stood at the edge of the human starship, staring at the planet below. Virelia glowed under the light of two suns. The forest shimmered in colors he had never seen before. Rivers of sparkling liquid curved around crystal formations that floated in the air like giant diamonds. This was his first time leaving Earth, and the beauty of the world took his breath away. He adjusted his helmet and prepared for landing. The mission was clear. Humans wanted peace with Virelia. For years, scouts had reported strange but intelligent life on this planet. Virelia had resources that could help both species. But more than that, humans wanted to prove that they could cooperate with aliens without conflict. Leo had been chosen because he was brave, smart, and calm under pressure. As the shuttle descended, the ground grew closer, and the lights of a city appeared. Towers of crystal rose high into the sky, reflecting the sun's light in patterns that almost looked like music. Virelian ships floated around the towers, smooth and elegant. They moved in a rhythm that felt alive. Leo felt a mix of excitement and nervousness. He was about to meet the ruler of this world, the alien queen, Mira. The shuttle landed gently on a platform that seemed to float above the ground. Virelians awaited him. They were taller than humans, with glowing skin and shades of silver and blue. Their eyes were large, showing curiosity and intelligence. They bowed their heads in respect. Leo stepped out, keeping his hands visible to show he meant no harm. A soft voice called out, "Welcome, human." Leo turned and saw Mira. She moved with grace, her form elegant and powerful. Her hair shone like silver light flowing down her back. Her eyes were deep green, filled with intelligence and warmth. The presence of the queen made Leo's heart beat faster. He had expected to meet a ruler, but he had not expected her to feel so alive. "Leo of Earth," Mira said. Her voice carried across the platform, soft yet commanding. "We have awaited your arrival. You come in peace." "Yes, yes, your majesty," Leo replied. "I come to share friendship and knowledge." Humans hoped to learn from Virelia and to offer help in return. Mira smiled slightly. "Few humans show such respect. Many come seeking power. You seek understanding. This pleases me." Leo felt a small relief. Respect for Mira meant that his mission had a chance to succeed. Yet, he knew that earning trust was only the first step. There was much to learn, and many challenges could come from misunderstanding or fear. The queen gestured to the city behind her. "Come, we will walk and talk. The court awaits your presence. But first, you must see our world." As they moved through the streets, Leo noticed that everything seemed alive. Trees pulsed softly with light. Birds with translucent wings floated around, leaving trails of glitter in the air. The air itself smelled sweet and fresh, carrying a calm energy. People of Virelia watched Leo carefully. Some whispered among themselves, pointing at his human shape. Mira noticed and gave a small nod. It was as if she reassured them that Leo was to be trusted. Leo asked, "How do your cities float like this?" Mira looked at him with curiosity. "Our crystals are not ordinary. They respond to energy in the air and to our intentions. They rise, shine, and move when we focus on them. Our world is connected to all who live here. You will learn it takes respect and balance to live in harmony." Leo listened carefully. He had seen wonders before in books and simulations, but seeing them live was different. He felt both small and honored. Mira's eyes held a quiet challenge, as if asking him if he could understand the rhythm of this world. They arrived at a large hall carved from a single crystal. Inside, the walls reflected soft lights, showing patterns that moved slowly like breathing. Members of the court stood in rows, watching him with curiosity. Leo bowed slightly, not fully understanding the customs, but wanting to show respect. Mira's voice rang out, "Guests from Earth, this is Leo. He comes with goodwill and wisdom. Observe him well, for humans may yet teach us much." Whispers ran through the hall. Some Virelians were skeptical, others curious. Leo could feel the weight of their eyes. But Mira's presence gave him courage. He stood straight, answering questions calmly, sharing knowledge of Earth and humanity's achievements. After the introductions, Mira led him to a balcony overlooking the city. "This world has many rules you do not know, but it also has beauty that is hard to explain. You must learn to see it, Leo. I will try, Your Majesty, Leo said. He looked at the horizon, where mountains of crystal floated above golden forests. I want to understand, Mira nodded. Then you will need to trust, and to act with heart. Humans have qualities that are rare here. You will show me why your kind deserves respect. Leo did not know exactly what she meant, but he felt a strange connection to Mira. It was not only respect, it was curiosity, interest, and something deeper he could not name. He sensed that Mira saw him as more than a visitor. She watched his reactions closely, noting his thoughts through subtle expressions. The day ended with a feast in the crystal hall. Food glowed softly, tasting of flavors Leo could barely describe. Mira sat beside him, talking quietly about her world. He learned of her people's history, their struggles, and their desire for balance. Leo shared stories of Earth, of people working together, and of dreams for the future. By the time the evening ended, Leo realized that his first day on Varelia had changed him. He had expected challenge and diplomacy, but he found something more: connection, wonder, and the feeling that this mission might become more than politics. As he prepared to rest in quarters provided by the Queen, Leo looked at the window at the glowing forest below. Mira's words echoed in his mind. You will show me why your kind deserves respect. Leo understood that earning trust was only the start. Tomorrow would bring new tests, new rituals, and perhaps new discoveries about Mira and her people. The human heart, he realized, might be as powerful a force here as any technology. And somewhere deep inside, he felt the faint stir of a bond with Mira, a sense that their meeting was not by chance, but for something greater. The next morning, Leo woke to soft sunlight filtering through crystal windows. The light scattered in gentle colors across the walls of his quarters. He stretched and felt a mixture of excitement and nervousness. Today was the day of the ritual, of welcome, a ceremony that every visitor to Varelia must undergo. Mira had explained that it was not only a test of courage, but a way to understand the soul of the visitor. Leo followed the attendants through corridors that seemed alive. Walls shimmered as if breathing, and the floors reflected the movement of his steps in faint glowing patterns. He could hear the soft hum of energy running through the crystals. It was like the planet itself was awake and watching. When they arrived at the ritual grounds, Leo paused to take in the sight. The space was enormous, surrounded by towering crystal pillars that spiraled into the sky. Pools of clear liquid reflected the light in dancing patterns. Floating platforms hovered over the pools, moving gently. Varelian spectators lined the edges, their eyes bright with curiosity. Mira appeared at the center of the ritual grounds, her presence commanding attention. Her hair shone like silver fire in the sunlight. She raised her hand slightly, and a soft tone echoed through the air. The ritual had begun. A Varelian elder approached Leo. Human, he said, you must show balance, courage, and insight. The ritual will guide you through tests of mind and heart. Fear is natural, but doubt will not serve you. Listen and act with honesty. Leo nodded. Feeling the weight of responsibility, he wanted to show that humans were worthy, not only as allies, but as beings capable of great understanding. The first test was the path of reflection. Leo stepped onto a floating platform. As soon as he did, the platform lifted into the air. Round him, illusions appeared. Shadows of creatures and strange landscapes shifted with every step. He could feel his heart racing, but he focused on staying calm. He remembered Mira's words from yesterday. Respect and balance are the keys to understanding this world. He moved carefully, observing the illusions. Some showed fearsome beasts. Others showed moments of sadness and anger. Leo realized that these images reflected his own reactions. When he stayed calm and steady, the illusions moved aside. When he hesitated or doubted, the platform wobbled. With each careful step, he learned more about controlling his thoughts and emotions. Finally, the platform settled back on solid ground. The elder nodded. You have begun to understand yourself. Continue with an open heart. Next was the trial of energy. Leo entered a large chamber filled with swirling light. Crystals floated around him, radiating power. The challenge was to connect with the energy without forcing it at first. The light resisted him. Every attempt to control it failed. He remembered Mira's advice about balance and letting things flow naturally. Leo closed his eyes and focused on breathing. He imagined himself as part of the energy, not separate from it. Slowly, the crystals responded. Light flowed around him, forming patterns that mirrored his movements. He felt a thrill of understanding. It was unlike anything on Earth. The energy was alive, not just power, but intelligence and feeling. Leo realized that patience, respect, and humility allowed humans to connect with even the most alien forces. When he opened his eyes, Mira was watching him. Her expression was unreadable, but Leo sensed approval. She stepped closer. You have learned to move with the world, not against it. That is rare and valuable. The final test was the Chamber of Choices. Leo entered a room with 3 doors. Each door led to a vision. One showed a path of power, one of fear, and one of compassion. He knew that the wrong choice could reveal weakness, while the right one could show his true character. He approached the doors carefully. The door of power glowed bright and tempting. The door of fear radiated danger and uncertainty. The door of compassion shone softly, calling to him gently. Leo felt his heart pull toward the soft glow. He stepped through the door of compassion. Inside, he saw a Varillian child trapped on a ledge above a glowing pool. The child was frightened and could not escape. Leo acted without hesitation. He used a floating platform to reach the child and guided them to safety. Mira appeared beside him, her eyes wide with surprise and approval. You have chosen wisely, she said. Humans often value strength and cunning, but you value life and care. That is extraordinary. The ritual ended with applause from the court. Leo felt a mix of pride and relief. He had faced challenges unlike any on Earth, yet he had succeeded by being himself and staying true to his values. Mira's presence beside him felt comforting, yet exciting. There was a connection forming, subtle but undeniable. Later, Mira invited Leo to walk with her in the royal gardens. The gardens were filled with plants that glowed softly and moved slightly, as if alive. Water flowed in silver streams, and the air smelled sweet and fresh. Birds with luminous wings fluttered past. Leo had never seen anything like it. You have done well today, Mira said. Few visitors passed the ritual with such calm and insight. You are different, human. I sense more in you than others do. Tell me, what do you feel about Varelia? Leo thought for a moment. It is beautiful, alive. I have never experienced anything like this. It is more than a planet. It is a place where life and energy are connected. I feel honored to be here, and I want to understand it fully. Mira studied him. Your words are honest. You do not seek to dominate, but to learn. That is rare. Perhaps that is why I feel a connection to you, Leo. You are human, yet you carry qualities that even we Virillians admire. Leo felt a warmth in his chest, a mixture of pride and curiosity. The queen's words were unlike anything he had heard. She spoke with sincerity, and her eyes held a depth that was both mesmerizing and challenging. As the sun set over Varelia, the sky painted in shades of pink and gold, Mira and Leo continued to walk through the gardens. The ritual had ended, but something new was beginning. A bond of respect, trust, and curiosity had formed. Leo realized that his mission was no longer only about diplomacy. It was about connection, understanding, and perhaps even friendship or more. For the first time since leaving Earth, Leo felt that he belonged somewhere beyond his home planet. Varelia was strange, beautiful, and full of challenges, yet it also felt like a place where human qualities could shine. Mira had shown him that courage, empathy, and understanding were powerful forces. And in the quiet glow of the alien gardens, Leo sensed that his journey on Varelia was only beginning. After the ritual of welcome, Leo felt a new sense of confidence. He had faced the test of Varelia and earned a measure of respect from the court. Yet he knew that trust was fragile. To truly build a bond with Mira and her people, he needed to show more than courage. He needed to show insight, creativity, and the unique strengths humans carry. Mira invited Leo to accompany her on a tour of the city. As they walked, she explained the workings of Virelia in detail. Our people value balance above all, she said. Technology and nature are not separate here. They must work together. Humans often seek to dominate, but you must show you can harmonize. Leo listened carefully. He noticed that some of the crystal towers seemed dim, their glow uneven. Why? Are some areas not shining fully? He asked. Mira looked thoughtful. There's a problem in our energy network. We have tried many solutions, but none have worked. It requires both logic and intuition. Perhaps a human perspective could help. Leo's curiosity was sparked. I would like to try, he said. Mira nodded, gesturing for him to follow her to the source of the energy issue. They arrived at a control chamber with floating panels of crystal, each displaying streams of light. The energy flowed in complex patterns, constantly shifting. Virelian engineers tried to adjust the flow, but their efforts caused more instability. Leo studied the streams carefully. Humans often solved problems by seeing patterns in ways others did not. He observed the energy, noting where it slowed or became irregular. Using a combination of trial, patience, and logic, Leo suggested a subtle adjustment to the flow. To the surprise of the Virelians, the streams responded immediately, smoothing out and glowing brighter. Mira's eyes widened in astonishment. You have done what we could not. Humans possess a cleverness and adaptability that is rare even among us. The engineers murmured among themselves, clearly impressed. Leo felt a quiet satisfaction. It was not pride, but the joy of sharing knowledge and helping a civilization grow stronger. Mira placed a hand lightly on his arm. You are more than a visitor. You are a bridge between our worlds. As they walked through the city afterward, Mira and Leo discussed the differences between humans and Virelians. You act with courage, but also with heart, Mira said. Many of my people cannot understand such balance. They focus only on strength or intellect. You carry both. Leo smiled. I think humans learn from challenges. We face fear, danger, and uncertainty every day. That teaches us to adapt, to care, and to act quickly. Mira nodded, clearly fascinated. Perhaps that is why I feel drawn to your kind. There's a depth that is rare. You understand life in a way even we struggle to grasp. Over the next few days, Leo spent time with Mira, learning more about Virelian culture and sharing stories of Earth. He spoke of human cities, families, and dreams for the future. Mira listened with genuine interest, asking questions and comparing the human world to her own. Their conversations became a daily ritual, and each meeting strengthened the bond between them. One afternoon, Mira brought Leo to the floating forest, a place few outsiders had ever visited. Giant trees with translucent leaves hovered in the air, their roots twisting above pools of glowing water. Creatures with long, delicate limbs moved through the forest, watching Leo with curious eyes. This forest is sacred, Mira explained. It shows the harmony of life here. Every being contributes, every energy connects. Humans rarely experience such unity with nature. Leo walked carefully among the trees, feeling a sense of wonder. It is incredible. On Earth, we have forests too, but they are fragile. Here, everything works together. It feels alive in a different way. Mira studied him, her gaze lingering. You appreciate life. That is why you succeed where others fail. Your mind is clever, but your heart is stronger than many of mine. It is why I trust you. Trust. The word echoed in Leo's mind. Mira's trust was rare and precious. He realized that he had come to Virelia to prove humanity's value, but now he was proving his own character as well. He wanted to honor her confidence, and he felt a growing desire to be close to her, not only as an envoy, but as someone who mattered to her. The growing bond did not go unnoticed. Members of the court whispered among themselves, some in admiration, others in suspicion. Mira ignored the murmurs, focusing on Leo. Her trust in him was clear. She invited him to private meetings where they discussed diplomacy, philosophy, and the future of their worlds. Each meeting deepened their connection. One evening, as they watched the twin suns set, Mira spoke softly. Leo, humans are unusual. You carry hope, courage, and understanding. You have already shown more than many of my people. It is remarkable how one human can inspire so much. Leo felt a warmth spread through him. I am honored, Your Majesty. I came here to help, but you have shown me so much too. I have never met a leader like you, who guides with wisdom and cares for her people. Mira's eyes softened. Perhaps that is why I feel this bond. You are not only clever and brave, but you see the world in ways we do not. It makes you special, Leo. The words lingered in Leo's mind long after the conversation ended. He understood that he was no longer just a visitor on Varelia. He was becoming part of a story larger than himself, a story that involved trust, courage, and the unique strength of humans. As night fell, the city glowed softly under the twin moons. Leo looked out from the balcony of the palace, feeling a sense of purpose. He realized that human ingenuity, empathy, and courage were more than traits, they were gifts that could change worlds. Mira had seen them, and through her eyes, he understood that humans were capable of remarkable things. Tomorrow would bring new challenges. But Leo felt ready. He had proven himself to the court, helped the Virelians, and earned Mira's trust. And somewhere deep inside, he knew that the bond forming between him and Mira was only the beginning of something extraordinary. For the first time on Varelia, Leo felt that he belonged, not as an outsider, but as someone who could inspire, protect, and connect. And in that belonging, he discovered the true strength of being human. Leo had begun to feel comfortable on Varelia. He understood the city, the customs, and even some of the subtle ways the court observed him. Yet he knew that trust could be fragile. Mira had warned him that not everyone welcomed humans, even with his success in the ritual and the energy problem. One morning, Mira summoned Leo to a meeting in the palace council hall. The hall was vast, with floating crystal platforms and light patterns reflecting across the walls. Mira's expression was serious. Leo, she said, there are those among my people who do not trust humans. They fear your presence and the influence you carry. I have kept their attempts at control in check, but their actions grow bolder. Leo listened carefully. What do they intend? He asked. They have begun to interfere with our city systems, Mira replied. They want to demonstrate that humans cannot be trusted by creating problems and blaming outsiders. You must act carefully. Strength alone will not suffice. Wisdom and courage are needed. Leo nodded. He understood that this was a test unlike the ritual. This was real danger. He would have to protect the city and Mira herself while proving the value of human qualities. Later that day, as Mira and Leo walked through the central plaza, an alarm sounded. Crystals in the towers began flickering, and some of the floating platforms wavered dangerously. Citizens began to panic. Sabotage, Mira exclaimed. They have acted sooner than expected. Leo moved quickly. Show me where the systems are controlled, he said. Mira led him to the central control hub, a room filled with floating crystal panels and streams of energy. Several Varelian engineers were working frantically to stabilize the systems. Leo observed the patterns. The sabotage was subtle but dangerous. Some energy streams had been redirected, creating instability in the floating platforms and towers. He quickly calculated the changes needed, using a combination of human logic and what he had learned about Varelian energy. He guided the engineers in resetting the flows. The energy streams responded, smoothing out as the platforms stabilized. Citizens cheered as the immediate danger passed. Mira watched him with admiration. You act with clarity and courage, she said. Even in danger, you do not panic. That is rare. Leo felt a quiet satisfaction. He had protected the city and shown the court that humans could contribute in ways no one expected. Yet he knew the threat was not over. The faction opposing him would not give up so easily. That night, Mira invited Leo to the palace gardens. The bioluminescent plants glowed softly, and the air was calm. Mira's expression was thoughtful. Leo, she said, today you prove your courage and skill. You have shown that humans are not weak or careless, but these challenges will continue. The nobles who oppose you are clever and patient. You must be ready for more. Leo nodded. I understand. I came here to help and to learn. I did not expect danger so soon, but I will face it. Mira's eyes softened. You face danger not with anger or fear, but with understanding. That is why I trust you. Humans have a strength that even my people often lack. You act with heart and mind together. That is extraordinary. Over the next few days, Leo and Mira worked together to strengthen the city's defenses. Leo suggested subtle changes to the energy networks, making them more resilient. Mira observed closely, impressed by how quickly he adapted to their technology. In Culture. One afternoon, Leo noticed a hidden pattern in the sabotage. It led him to a secluded part of the city where several nobles had tampered with the systems. He confronted them directly, speaking calmly but firmly. You are harming your people to prove a point, he said. This does not show strength. It shows fear. Fear of what humans can teach you. But humans are not here to destroy. We are here to help. You can choose to resist, or you can choose to learn. The nobles hesitated, surprised by his composure. In reasoning, Mira appeared behind him, her presence commanding. These actions will not be tolerated, she said. Leo has saved our city with wisdom and courage. Let that guide your choice. Faced with the Queen's authority and Leo's calm reasoning, the nobles withdrew. The threat was neutralized without violence, and the city stabilized fully. Mira turned to Leo, her eyes filled with admiration. You have done more than survive. You have earned the respect of my people. You have shown that humans are remarkable. Leo felt a sense of relief and accomplishment. He had faced real danger, not as part of a ritual or test, but as a true challenge. He realized that human qualities, bravery, empathy, and clever thinking could have a powerful impact, even on an alien world. That evening, Mira and Leo walked along the glowing river that ran through the city. The water reflected the light of the twin moons, and the air was calm. Mira spoke softly. Leo, today you proved that humans are more than your own species believes. You carry courage, compassion, and understanding. That is why I feel this bond with you. You are not only a visitor. You are a force for good in my world. Leo felt warmth in his chest. I never imagined coming here would mean so much. I came to learn and to help, but I see now that humans can truly inspire. And you, Mira, have taught me that understanding and trust can create more than strength alone. Mira smiled, and for a moment, the world felt peaceful. The danger had passed. The city was safe, and Leo had proven his value. But both of them knew that life on Varelia would continue to bring challenges. And through each challenge, Leo's courage and human ingenuity would continue to make a difference. As they returned to the palace, Leo realized that the day's events had changed him. He was no longer only a visitor or envoy. He was part of Varelia's story, a symbol of what humans could achieve. Mira's trust and respect were rare gifts, and he felt honored to carry them for the first time. He truly understood the strength of being human. It was not just about physical power or intelligence. It was about courage, compassion, and the ability to face danger with both heart and mind. And as Varelia's twin moons rose higher in the sky, Leo knew that tomorrow would bring new challenges, new opportunities, and perhaps deeper connections with Mira. He was ready to face them, knowing that human qualities could shine even in the most alien of worlds. The morning sun reflected off the crystal towers as Leo walked through the palace corridors. The events of the past days had strengthened his bond with Mira, and he felt more confident navigating the ways of Varelia. Yet today felt different. There was an unusual calm in the air, as if the world itself sensed something important was about to happen. Mira had asked him to join her in the royal gardens, a place of glowing plants and flowing streams. Leo arrived to find Mira waiting near a pool of silver water that reflected the light of the twin suns. She looked serene, but her eyes held a depth of emotion that made Leo curious and alert. Leo, she began, her voice soft, you have faced our tests, our dangers, and the doubts of my people. You have shown courage, wisdom, and understanding. But there is something I must speak of, something personal. Leo felt his heart quicken. He had expected diplomacy and discussion about the city, not this intimate conversation. He nodded and stepped closer. "I am listening, Your Majesty," he said. Though the formal title felt heavier in this moment, Mira took a deep breath. "When I first saw you, I sensed something unusual, not only in your mind, but in your heart. You carry strength, but also empathy. You act with wisdom and courage. That is rare, even among my people, and over the days, I have felt a connection grow between us." Leo looked at her, unsure how to respond. He had felt the bond too, the subtle pull that drew him to her presence, the way her words and thoughts seemed to resonate deeply. He realized that this was not only about trust or respect, it was something deeper. Mira continued, "Humans are different from Virilians. Your kind learns through challenge and through caring for others. You see life not only as power or knowledge, but as connection. That is why I'm drawn to you, Leo. I feel that our bond could be more than diplomacy. I feel it could be something personal, a partnership of heart and mind." Leo swallowed, feeling a warmth spread through him. "I have felt the same, Mira. I came to Varelia to learn and to help. But in these days, I have come to admire you, respect you, and care for you deeply. You are unlike anyone I have ever known." Mira smiled, and for a moment, the air seemed to shimmer around them. "I do not say this lightly. You have proven your courage, your intelligence, and your heart. That is why I wish to be open with you. I wish for our bond to grow, not only for our people, but for ourselves." Leo felt a rush of relief and happiness. He had hoped Mira would feel something similar, and now her words confirmed it. He realized that this bond was rare and extraordinary. Humans had qualities that could bridge worlds, and Mira had recognized them. They walked together through the gardens, discussing their visions for the future. Mira shared her hopes for a united Varelia, one where humans and Virilians could work together, learning from each other. Leo spoke of Earth, of cooperation, and of the human belief in growth through understanding and care. "You see the world with curiosity and heart," Mira said. "That is why I trust you. That is why I believe our connection can bring something extraordinary to both our worlds. You are not only brave, but kind, thoughtful, and wise beyond what I expected from your species." Leo felt a sense of pride and purpose. He had come to Varelia to show the value of humans, and now he realized that he was also showing Mira the depth of human qualities. It was more than skill or courage, it was the ability to connect, to inspire, and to care for others even in difficult circumstances. As the twin suns began to set, Mira led him to a quiet corner of the gardens where the water glowed softly. "Leo," she said, "I have watched you act with bravery, but also with empathy. You have saved lives, helped my people, and earned respect. That is extraordinary. But more than that, you have touched me personally. I wish for our bond to continue, to grow, and perhaps to become something greater." Leo felt a thrill of emotion. He had been chosen for his qualities as a human, but now he understood that Mira valued him as a person. The bond between them was no longer only about diplomacy or duty. It was about connection, trust, and mutual respect. "I want that too, Mira," Leo said. "I want to continue learning from you, to share ideas, to face challenges together, and I hope that, in time, our bond can grow stronger." Mira's smile widened. "Then we will face the future together. You have proven that humans are more than capable. You have proven that they can inspire and protect, even in a world so different from their own. That is why I am glad you are here, Leo." They spent the rest of the evening walking through the glowing gardens, talking about life, hope, and the future of their worlds. Leo realized that the connection between him and Mira was becoming a symbol of trust and possibility, not just for themselves, but for the people of Varelia and for humans as well. By nightfall, the gardens glowed softly under the twin moons. Leo looked at Mira, feeling a mixture of admiration and respect, and a deep sense of belonging. He understood that their bond was rare and precious. It was built on courage, wisdom, and care. It was a connection that transcended worlds. Mira touched his arm gently. "Leo, the The path ahead will not always be easy. There will be challenges, doubts, and dangers, but I believe that together we can face them. Humans have shown extraordinary qualities, and you have proven that. You have made me see the strength, kindness, and potential of your kind. Leo nodded. I will not fail you, Mira. I will continue to prove that humans can rise to any challenge, and I will honor the trust and bond we share. For the first time since arriving on Varelia, Leo felt a sense of certainty. He was no longer only a visitor or an envoy. He was part of Mira's world, and together they could create a future that bridged the species. He had earned trust, admiration, and now something deeper, a personal connection with the queen herself. As they returned to the palace, the glowing city reflecting the twin moons, Leo understood that today marked a turning point. The bond between him and Mira had grown stronger, built on courage, respect, and mutual understanding. It was a bond that could change the future, not just for themselves, but for the worlds they represented. Leo knew that challenges still awaited, but he felt ready, with Mira by his side, and with human qualities of courage, empathy, and ingenuity, he could face anything. And as he looked at the queen walking beside him, he felt that their story was only beginning, and that it would be one of hope, trust, and extraordinary connection. The morning of the celebration arrived with a gentle glow over the city. The crystal towers sparkled in the sunlight, casting rainbow patterns across the streets below. Today, Mira had invited all the people of Varelia to gather in the central plaza. The air was filled with anticipation. Leo sensed that something extraordinary was about to happen, but even he could not guess the full extent. Mira appeared at the center of the plaza, her presence commanding attention. The crowd fell silent, every eye on their queen. She wore a robe of glowing crystal threads, shimmering in colors that shifted with her movements. Beside her, Leo stood tall, calm, and confident. He had faced danger, learned the ways of Varelia, and grown close to the queen. Yet now, he felt a new kind of tension, a mixture of excitement and awe. Mira raised her hand slightly, and a soft hum of energy filled the plaza. The floating platforms above glowed in response, casting gentle light on the gathered crowd. Mira spoke in a voice that carried across the plaza, both strong and warm. People of Varelia, she began. We have welcomed a visitor from another world. He has shown courage, wisdom, and understanding beyond what many expected. He has taught us to see life with clarity, compassion, and strength. He is not only a guest, but a friend and a bridge to a future of hope, the crowd murmured. Impressed by her words, Leo bowed slightly, acknowledging their attention, though he felt humbled. He had come to Varelia to help and to learn, but now, he realized that his presence had become a symbol for both worlds. Mira continued, her voice softening, and there is more to share, something personal, yet extraordinary, something that unites not only hearts, but the very future of our people. The crowd leaned forward, sensing the importance. Leo looked at Mira, unsure what she was about to say. Her eyes met his, filled with warmth, trust, and something more, joy. You've made me expecting. Human, Mira announced, her voice carrying across the plaza. The words shocked everyone. A hush fell over the crowd. Some stepped back in surprise. Others whispered in astonishment. Leo froze for a moment, trying to understand the full meaning. Then he looked at Mira and saw the joy in her expression. Her smile was bright, her eyes shining with happiness. He felt a surge of emotion, pride, wonder, and awe. He realized that their connection had created something truly extraordinary, life that bridged humans and Virelians. He stepped closer to Mira, holding her hand gently. You're pregnant? Leo asked softly, a smile spreading across his face. Yes, Mira said, her voice warm and clear. It is our child, a symbol of hope, unity, and trust between our worlds. I wished to share this joy with everyone today. The plaza erupted with reactions. Some Virelians gasped. Others cheered. The elders nodded in approval, recognizing the significance of this union. For centuries, Varelia had been cautious about outsiders, yet now, a human had not only proven his worth, but had become part of the Queen's life in the most meaningful way. Leo felt a deep sense of honor. He had come to Varelia to show the value of humans, but this moment went beyond any achievement. It showed that humans could inspire, protect, and create bonds that transcended worlds. Mira's joy reflected the trust and respect she had for him, and he knew that their connection would be remembered for generations. Mira raised her hand, and the floating platforms above carried small lights that spread across the plaza, forming patterns of warmth and beauty. "Let this child be a symbol," she said, "of unity, courage, and hope. Let it remind us that humans are not only clever and brave, but capable of love and care beyond expectation. Today, we celebrate not only a life, but a future where our worlds can grow together." The crowd cheered, a mixture of awe and joy filling the air. Leo looked around and saw Virelians of all ages smiling, some with tears of happiness in their eyes. The child Mira carried was more than a life, it was a bridge between two species, a sign of what trust, respect, and courage could achieve. After the ceremony, Mira and Leo walked through the gardens, away from the crowd. The air was calm, and the soft glow of the bioluminescent plants reflected in the water. Leo felt a quiet pride. "Mira, I never imagined that coming here would lead to something so extraordinary. This child, our bond, it is more than I could have hoped for." Mira smiled, her hand resting lightly on her belly. "It is a blessing, not only for us, but for our people. They will see that humans are capable of more than they believed. You have shown courage, intelligence, and care, and now you have shown that humans can bring hope and life to our world." Leo felt a warmth that went beyond pride. It was a sense of purpose and connection, knowing that he and Mira had created something that could change the future. "I will protect this world, Mira. I will protect you and our child. I will honor the trust and joy you have placed in me." Mira looked at him, her eyes filled with admiration and love. "And I will trust you, Leo. Together, we will face challenges, guide our people, and prepare for the life we have created." Today marks the beginning of a new era for Varelia and for humans, an era of unity, understanding, and hope. As the twin moons rose, casting soft light over the city, Leo felt that the day would be remembered forever, not because of ritual or a display of courage, but because of the joy, trust, and extraordinary bond between two beings from different worlds. For the first time on Varelia, humans were seen not only as visitors or allies, but as beings capable of shaping the future in ways the alien world could not have imagined. Mira's joy, the trust of the people, and the life growing within her were proof that human qualities, courage, care, and intelligence could inspire change and hope. Leo held Mira's hand as they walked back to the palace. The city below glowed softly, reflecting the light of the moons and the happiness of its people. He understood that the journey ahead would have challenges, but he also knew that together they could face anything. And in that moment, he realized the true power of being human, to inspire, to protect, and to create bonds that could span worlds, bringing hope and life to places once thought beyond reach. The days following Mira's announcement were filled with excitement and preparation. The city of Varelia buzzed with activity as citizens celebrated the extraordinary union between human and queen. Leo walked through the halls of the palace with a quiet pride. He had never imagined that his journey would lead to this moment. The bond he shared with Mira was stronger than ever, and the life growing within her was a symbol of hope for both their worlds. Mira invited Leo to a private chamber, where they could plan for the future. Crystal panels floated around them, displaying information about energy flows, city management, and upcoming events. Mira's hand rested lightly on her belly, a soft glow emanating from the crystals in response. "Leo," she said, her voice calm yet filled with warmth, "our future will require preparation. This child is not only our hope but a sign to my people that humans and Virelians can unite in understanding and strength. We must guide them and ensure that our bond inspires trust, not fear." Leo nodded. "I understand, Mira. I will do everything I can to protect this world, support you, and show that humans can rise to any challenge. Our child will be a bridge, and I will honor that responsibility." Mira smiled, her eyes reflecting the soft light of the room. "I believe in you, Leo. You have already proven courage, wisdom, and care. Now we must focus on the future, ensuring that unity and hope grows stronger with each day." The next weeks were filled with lessons and preparation. Leo learned more about Virelian traditions, their energy networks, and the ways their society functioned. Mira taught him the delicate art of diplomacy within the court. He quickly realized that being human gave him a unique perspective. He could see solutions that Virelians often overlooked, combining logic, courage, and empathy to address challenges. One evening, as they walked through the royal gardens, Mira spoke softly. "Leo, you have taught me much about humans. Your courage is inspiring, but more than that, your heart and mind work together in ways that are rare. You do not seek power for yourself. You seek understanding, care, and connection. That is why our bond has grown so strong." Leo felt a warmth in his chest. "And you have taught me, Mira. You have shown me a world where life and energy work together in harmony, where courage and care are equally valued. I have learned that humans can shine even in worlds far different from their own. The bond between them deepened with every shared moment." Leo realized that the qualities that define humans' empathy, ingenuity, and courage were recognized and valued even on an alien world. He understood that humanity could inspire change and hope, even in civilizations far beyond Earth. One day, a minor disturbance occurred in the city. A small energy fluctuation caused some floating platforms to wobble. Citizens looked worried. Leo acted immediately, moving to the central control hub. Using his understanding of both human problem-solving and what he had learned from Virelian energy systems, he stabilized the flows within moments. Mira watched him with admiration. "Even small challenges are opportunities to show human ingenuity," she said. "You continue to prove that your kind is capable of greatness." The people of Virelia began to see Leo not only as Mira's companion, but as a symbol of hope. In unity, elders, engineers, and citizens alike recognized the value humans could bring. Leo's presence inspired confidence, showing that courage, wisdom, and empathy could overcome even complex problems. As the months passed, Mira's pregnancy progressed, and the bond between her and Leo became stronger. They often spent evenings in the palace gardens, talking about the future. "Leo," Mira said one night, "our child will be a reminder of what humans can offer. Your courage, intelligence, and care have created a future filled with hope. I am proud of you." Leo took her hand gently. "I am proud of us, Mira. Together, we are building more than a family. We are building trust, unity, and a future where humans and Virelians can learn from each other. Our child will carry that legacy." One morning, the palace council gathered for a ceremony honoring Leo's contributions. Mira spoke to the assembly, her voice strong and warm. "Leo has shown that humans are capable of courage, wisdom, and compassion. He has helped us overcome challenges, guided our people, and inspired hope. Today, we honor him not only as my companion, but as a symbol of unity and the future of our worlds." The council erupted in applause. Leo bowed humbly, feeling a sense of gratitude and purpose. He realized that humans could leave a lasting mark on Virelia, not through force or domination, but through courage, care, and understanding. After the ceremony, Mira and Leo walked through the glowing gardens, enjoying a rare moment of calm. Mira rested her hand on her belly, smiling softly. "Leo, our child will be born into a world that already believes in unity, hope, and courage. That is a gift that humans have given to Virelia, and I am proud to share it with you." Leo felt a deep sense of fulfillment. He had arrived on Virelia as a visitor, faced danger, proved his courage and intellect, and now stood as a symbol of human potential. The bond with Mira, the trust of the people, and the life growing within her were proof that humans could inspire, protect, and create connections that transcended worlds. As the twin moons rose over the city, Leo and Mira stood together, watching the light reflect off the crystal towers. Leo felt that their journey was only beginning. Challenges would come, as they always did, but he knew that human courage, empathy, and intelligence would continue to make a difference. Mira spoke softly, her eyes on the glowing city. Leo, the future is bright. We have shown that humans can rise to any challenge and inspire trust and hope. Together, we will guide our worlds, nurture our child, and face whatever comes with courage and care. Leo nodded, feeling a quiet determination, and together, we will continue to prove the strength of humans, not through domination, but through connection, understanding, and heart. We have shown that even in a world far from Earth, humanity can shine. The people of Varelia had already seen the power of human qualities, and the story of Leo and Mira would be told for generations. Their bond, their courage, and the life they had created were symbols of hope. Humans had arrived not only as visitors, but as partners in a shared future. And in the quiet glow of the palace gardens, as the twin moons cast gentle light over the city, Leo understood the truth of being human. It was not only about strength or skill. It was about courage, empathy, wisdom, and the ability to connect, inspire, and protect. That was the legacy he would carry, and the gift he and Mira would share with Varelia and beyond. As the night deepened, Leo and Mira stood together, ready for the future. They had faced challenges, proven courage, and created a bond that would last across worlds. And in that moment, the promise of hope, unity, and the extraordinary potential of humans shone brighter than ever.